be attacking them very hard.
You're resuming bombing?
Yeah, well, we are. Based on the helicopter, I guess we have the right to do that. You know, they shot down a very incredible, actually an incredible machine. And at first they said they didn't do it, then they admitted they did. It was sort of easy because we have the bomb. We actually have the bomb. Got very lucky that bomb didn't explode. That bomb was lodged in the helicopter. It didn't explode. It was on fire, but it didn't explode.
President Trump says the clock has run out for Iran. That was him talking about this social media post from this morning. And in it, he called Tehran the bully of the Middle East and said the country is, quote, dead. And that's not all. He went on to say Iran took too long to negotiate and will now have to pay the price. Now, that warning comes after U.S. officials say they hit nearly 20 Iranian targets overnight, and the strikes were in response to Iran shooting down a U.S. Army Apache helicopter earlier this week. But Iran hit back. Officials there say they launched new attacks targeting U.S. military installations in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan. And so far, there's been no immediate report of any impact, only weapons interceptions. Let's bring in CBS News Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson. Ellie, thanks again for your time today. The president is saying we'll strike Iran again today. What could that look like?
Yeah, the president, Mugo, today said that the U.S. will hit Iran hard again in the latest round of these tit-for-tat strikes we've seen since Monday at the downing of that Apache helicopter. The again part shows you that last night, U.S. Central Command, U.S. forces did carry out a number of strikes against nearly 20 targets that were radar sites, air defense systems, and ground control stations as part of a proportional response in response to that downing of the Apache helicopter. Over the course of this ceasefire, we have seen shooting from both sides, but the administration has kind of maintained this ceasefire on life support to try and allow some room for negotiations. President Trump today said he still wants a deal, but his patience is running thin. He said that Iran has taken too long to negotiate and will pay the price for it. And this downing of the helicopter, he said, justifies another wave of U.S. response.
And Ellie, what can you tell us about the condition of the Apache pilots and the rescue itself?
We've learned the most from President Trump, who said that the pilots are safe and uninjured. They were rescued after an Iranian drone apparently hit the Apache helicopter. A Sea Drone, an unmanned surface vessel that the U.S. Navy has, found the pilots, rescued them, and brought them to another area in the water where they were hoisted onto a helicopter and transported to shore for further care. That's kind of the first time in a U.S. military operation that we know of that a Sea Drone like that, looks like a fast speedboat, a Sea Drone has rescued in a mission like this. It's kind of a capability the Navy has been developing as part of its drone task force in the Middle East that used to be run by the current commander of U.S. Central Command. But it does show you that the need for it at this time is because Iran is still threatening the Strait of Hormuz with missiles and drones.
Yeah, certainly does show us that there's still action out there. Eleanor Watson, thank you so much for your time. And now let's go live to the White House and CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand. Hey, Natalie, what other news did the president make during his comments in the Oval Office earlier today?
Yeah, Mugo, the president confirmed that a lot has changed over the past couple of days with respect to his feelings about these negotiations with Iran. Remember, it was late Monday when he told reporters that it could be 2 to 3 days before the U.S. reaches this initial agreement with Iran. And then we saw this major escalation yesterday with the president confirming that it was an Iranian drone that took down this Apache helicopter. So now we appear to be in a stage of escalation. As you were talking with Ellie, the president has warned that he will hit Iran hard again today. And in a Fox News phone call, he signaled that he could target Iranian bridges and power plants, which if you think back to before the ceasefire, that was a threat that the president was making. Now, he was asked directly about that in the Oval Office during this event, and he would not confirm it. He said to the reporter, "I'm not going to tell you that," but signaled that he could. So really the question remains, you know, where this goes next. The president clearly signaling frustration, saying that he feels Iran is tapping the U.S. along.